It blows my mind to think about how many people are terrified to do what it is that I'm doing this very moment, which is recording myself on video. For many people, maybe for you, that is a very scary concept. And I get it. I've been there as well. Sometimes you don't like the way you look on camera, or you don't like the way you sound on camera, or you see that little record button blinking and you think, oh my goodness, oh crap. What's happening? I'm recording. I gotta speak. I gotta say something intelligent. What if I stumble over my words? Don't worry. This video is being created to give you the confidence and hopefully encouragement to get you past that hurdle of recording videos, because the reality is when you incorporate this medium into your content, the upside is huge for the very reason that most people want to consume video content over other types of content. So through this video, I'm going to give you a couple helpful tips to ensure that you're an effective communicator for video content. Hey everyone, my name is Wade Patterson and my YouTube channel is dedicated to helping you become a more impactful communicator. As you can maybe tell by the little plaque right above me, I am passionate about impactful communication, and that comes in all sorts of forms. That comes in public speaking, that comes in social media content, that comes in one-on-one conversations, and today we're talking about video communication, communicating to a camera lens. And if these are topics that you think could help you in this realm of being a more impactful communicator, please subscribe to my channel. It is my mission to put out a lot of great video content to help make you the best communicator as possible. Hopefully I will become the best communicator as possible as well if I don't stumble over my words. It is my goal to create as much valuable content as possible to build your confidence and ensure that you become a great communicator and enjoy success in business and personal life because of your way you can communicate to others. So before we get into the tips of specifically how you can become more comfortable being looked at by the camera lens and hitting that record button, let's start with the upside of why video content is important. And the first thing I'd throw out to you is this hypothetical question. If you had something wrong with your vehicle, let's say you needed to replace the battery, how would you prefer to learn how to do that? Would you prefer to pick up a car manual and read through that, find the page where the battery information is, and read through step-by-step text-written instructions on how to do that? Maybe. Or would you like to watch a 1-minute, 30-second YouTube video that shows somebody specifically with your make and model of vehicle pointing where the battery is, lifting up that battery, and then replacing it? Which would be the better content, or the content you would find more enjoyable to consume in that task? My guess is that you answered video. Not everyone does, not 100% of people, but I would say more than 90% of people prefer to receive content in the form of video. And if that's the case with 90% of people, that stat's just made up, but it's close, I'm sure, then why aren't you putting out that video content for others to consume in whatever you can help other people with? For myself, it's teaching about public speaking and communication, but you, I'm sure, are an expert in something. Maybe you're a great basketball player and you want to share tips on how people can improve their basketball skills. Or maybe you are passionate about reading books and you want to share about how you can speed read. That is such an obscure example. Who knows? Nothing's coming to mind. But these are the types of things, whatever you're good at and you want to help other people become better at it, video content is the way to do it. So why do people avoid putting out video? Well, one of the top reasons, and you've probably heard this before, is the idea that people don't like how they look and don't like how they sound on camera. And that's natural. That's completely normal to hear that. People get uncomfortable with seeing themselves in that medium. But there's a couple things to remember here. The first, of course, you probably heard this as well. Everyone knows what you look and sound like when you're at a party or an event, they're talking to you anyways, despite the fact you look and sound exactly like you would look and sound on a video. So it's silly to think other people won't or will be put off or find it odd seeing you communicate on video. But going beyond that, I think it's a matter of comfort and repetition and familiarity. And one of the best pieces of advice I heard a few months ago was somebody saying that you don't have to post the videos you record. So if you're getting more familiar, you're building the habits of shooting video content, you can always record that on your phone and save it to your drafts. Nobody is forcing you to go and post that on Instagram or Threads or TikTok or any other social media platform. You can just record that video and now you've done it. You've familiarized yourself with the process and you can keep doing that over time, setting those goals for yourself. Over the next month, I'm going to shoot 30 videos, a video every single day. That's a great goal to set. And no one, again, is forcing you to post that content. So getting yourself familiar with talking on the camera is going to help make it not such a scary thing to do. But then there's the issue of, well, I always forget what I'm going to say when the record button's going, which makes sense. That's a lot of pressure. If you hit record and you're expecting yourself in one take to remember every single thing you're going to talk about, that is going to get very difficult. And those of you who watch closely in my videos, you may know that content is spliced together. It's not like I shoot the video and then I take the full 8-minute video, 12-minute video, and just upload it directly to YouTube. No, I'm doing some editing. I edit so that I can add graphics on the side, but I also splice out clips together because if I fumble my words, I don't want to say, I've got to start over completely from scratch. I can just take the place I messed up and then splice it together with the next piece, just cropping out that dead air in between. And it's these jump cuts that make the video flow, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And if you're wondering how you can remember what you're going to say, one tip is to have a little sticky note that is either underneath or just to the left of your camera. But I will say, don't use a note that has everything written verbatim because people can tell. I don't have anything there right now, but if I did have everything written down on a piece of paper and I was reading it off verbatim and I was talking to you, the audience, you would know that I'm reading because my eyes are looking there, they're not looking there. And while people sometimes use things like teleprompters, some are better than others and they are quite convincing, but you can still see those eye movements a bit. What I request, or what I suggest, not request, for you to do is to have a sticky note with just the points that you want to address. So if you're giving tips on how to be a successful digital marketer and your video is 5 great tips, just have those 5 tips listed in bullet points because you as the expert, you should know those situations good enough. And if you want, you can give yourself notes on the side that you refer to. So one example of this, I'll show you right now. I have another laptop on the floor as I'm recording this, and it has a few more detailed notes written down, but you don't see me looking down at the floor reading these notes. I can just stop in between sentences, look, and then crop the next piece together so you never tell that I'm seeing those in between, but I'm memorizing short forms of information so that I can perhaps speak for 30 seconds, pause, read my next notes, which aren't verbatim, they're just highlights of what I want to talk about, read them, understand them, turn back to the camera, and deliver. Another thing you're going to want to do when delivering video content is smile more than you think you need to smile. It is a weird phenomenon, this idea that we want to be really smiley on camera, but if you do watch videos of people talking who aren't smiling very often, they're just presenting like this, there's a lot of things that happen. One, their voice tends to go more monotone. They look mad or annoyed. They don't even look neutral. But when you smile, naturally, it lifts up your voice, it gives you a bit more energy, and it's an acceptable thing for the audience to want to watch. They will welcome that content because it's inviting. When I'm smiling, as I often try to do in my videos, hopefully for you, the audience, you find that encouraging to keep watching the content because it's kind of that friendly environment and it keeps it interesting. This was a piece of advice I got from a friend who said, smile 50% more than you think you need to smile when creating video content. And for me, it's been an incredibly important piece, and I think it will work for you as well. And if you're smiling more, when you go to watch back that content, you may like how you're presenting, because a lot of people, when they see themselves on camera, when they're nervous and they're not smiling, that's part of the thing they don't like. They see these engaging people creating videos who are smiling a lot, and they're not doing that. So try that out. Try smiling more, looking right at the camera, and bringing your audience in. Another tip that you can do that won't make the process of creating video content seem so daunting is to batch content together. People who have been watching my channel, who are keen observers, may notice that sometimes there's 3 or 4 videos in a row where I'm wearing the same hat or the same shirt. And sure, I could change my outfit and try to be a little more sneaky about it, but I'll be honest with you, it's because on average, I'll record 3 or 4 videos at the start of each month, all at once. And then throughout the month, I'll edit those videos and typically try to post weekly content. Why do I do that? Because it's a bit of an effort. I know you can't see the entire setup I'm working with here, but I've got some lights on me from here and here. I've got a little studio room, so thankfully it's not too difficult to set up. But I've got pillows up in the window blocking out the light. I have another light down here. I have my microphone, which is connected to my computer, so I have to bring a couple computers down to this room. I've got extra lights set up here, and this room isn't always perfectly set up to record. Sometimes we're drying laundry in here, or there's different things going on. So it takes probably half an hour for me to set up the room so that I can record video content. And if I'm only doing one video at a time, I'll be honest, it doesn't really feel worth it to me. Instead, and this is the tip for you, if you can batch content at once, maybe shoot 4 videos at once instead of just one video. So you do the work, you do the research, you build your notes, and then you have a sitting and you plan to record for a couple hours, but boom, you're going to have 4 videos done at that point in time. And if you're posting every 2 weeks, that is 2 months of content. If you're posting weekly, that is a full month of content that you can share out on social media. Batching videos makes the process a lot less daunting, a lot easier. 2 final tips on recording video content, and these aren't necessarily about getting over the fear of recording video, but they're important things to keep in mind. The first is that sound is often overlooked. So when people create video content, usually they're so concerned with the visuals, but they're not worried about how they sound as well. If possible, I mean, it's great to have a professional microphone, but if that's not possible, no worries, but try to be in an environment where there's not a lot of distracting background noise. If you're only able to use your phone and the internal microphone, that's okay, but be in a quiet room. If you're outside and there's noisy traffic and the wind is going, it's going to be really distracting, and it doesn't matter how beautiful your visuals are, people aren't going to want to watch that video content because it's too distracting. It's not pleasant to listen to. So really focus on sound. As much as you focus on the visuals, focus on sound in equal amount. It is that important. And the second bonus tip here for creating great video content is afterward, if you're creating little clips for social media, include subtitles in your videos. We know this is important because 80% of videos on social media are viewed without the sound on. There are great apps for helping you do this. CapCut is one of those apps that I personally use. But by having the subtitles along with your video, if you know 4 out of 5 videos on social media are not being viewed with the sound on, you will know that everyone will be able to get the message because they can read the subtitles, versus only 20% who would get the message if you didn't have subtitles on. So those are a few bonus tips for what I've found works really well with creating video content. I really hope this video helps you get over that fear of creating video. I would love to hear in the comments, what's holding you back? What stopped you from putting out video content in the past? And was this video helpful? If you have any additional questions, one thing I'm passionate about doing to the best of my ability is jumping in the comments, answering questions. So let me know. Let's make this a two-way conversation. And I sincerely hope that you start putting out more video because it truly can be beneficial. If this video was helpful to you, please subscribe to my channel. I will continue putting out great videos just like this one, but thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I will see you on the next one. People are more scared of public speaking than they are of dying. Is it just me, or is that wrong? Hey everyone, my name is Wade Patterson, and I am passionate about impactful communication. My YouTube channel has helped hundreds of thousands of people improve their public speaking skills, and I am thrilled to release my first ever course, which has taken my decade of learning about how to become a better public speaker and boiled it down to this theme of mastering the 5 essentials of public speaking. I know for a fact that if you can dial in these 5 elements and perfect them, you are going to be a phenomenal public speaker, head and shoulders above the rest, just by being aware of these things. By taking the time to digest the information in this course, practice it, and then put it to action through your speeches, you are going to become a better public speaker. As a bonus in this course, I sit down with the world's greatest freestyle rapper, Harry Mack, and one of the greatest keynote speakers in the world, Sean Kanungo, and I get their tips firsthand of what makes them incredible at what they do. If you agree that public speaking definitely should not be scarier than dying, sign up for my course. You won't regret it.